Hello, everybody. Welcome to another session of Dungeons and Dragons Waters of the Deep, little homebrew campaign. We left off with the party game planning for some shenanigans they're going to partake in maybe this evening. We'll see how long it takes them to plan. And, yeah. So you guys you'd done some prep work, gone and gotten masks and done a little bit of recon, and I'm pretty sure you had all gathered back at the church bastion and were reviewing plans.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're still the night before, right?
Yes, you are still the night before.
Gotcha.
Um, quick retcon question. When we were walking up to the um, building,
Mm-hmm.
were there any windows on the front of the building?
There.
I know we were looking from the inside, but
Yeah. So, I will actually. You'll see it in a minute. There were. So there's the main entrance and there's an overhang above that with some pillars. There's actually an overhang that wraps all the way around the building. So the first floor is smaller than the second floor. And on the front of the building there are three windows. They are all graded, like they have metal bars over them.
okay.
Is that the side with the standalone door or the couple of doors up there?
Yeah, the front of the building.
That was the front of the building. That was the door you guys walked in.
No, I mean
Yeah.
the second story. There was like some doors, like offices, and then there was like a
Yeah.
standalone
Yeah, I
office.
remember
Is that
this.
the front or
So
the back?
as we walked in, there was a
Mm-hmm.
big opening, a big open area. On the back side was the grand staircase going left and right,
Mm-hmm.
and there was offices along that wall. And then you followed the mezzanine to back to the front of the building, where there
And
was another
there's offices that
walkway.
whole way, and then there's
Yeah,
the big office like right above the main entrance.
Okay, yes,
yeah,
that's what I was asking. Yep.
Yeah.
yep. So the windows in the front that are graded would be the ones, or at least one of them would be one for the main office,
Presumably.
Like they got shit in there
presumably.
they don't want
Um,
stolen or something.
Yeah.
the only other thing you would have noticed that I would have failed to mention because I didn't make the map until after last week's session was on both sides of the grand staircase in the back there is a door. So there's two doors at the far end of the hallway from the main entrance.
Also, do these fine clothes that we have, do they come with gloves?
For retcon's sake, sure.
Okay, thanks.
Does that mean that I have a pair of gloves somewhere floating around too?
Yeah, anybody who bought a set of fine clothes last week, they would come with like matching
Right.
gloves to
I
whatever.
already I had a set.
Yeah, you'd have a set then.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it's your guys' show. You guys were in planning mode, so
Yeah, yeah. I was just staying quiet long enough for everybody to get out what they were hoping to get out here at the beginning. So I got what I wanted out. Okay.
Well,
Well, guys. So yeah, we got outfits and we got the plans for the building and um, we know what we're after.
side note real quick, I'm sorry to interrupt. Brad, I accidentally deleted Otis off the combat tracker. So any abilities, whatever you've got, you got to put them back on him. Any status effects. That's my bad.
easy.
Sorry. I know you got a lot.
No, too easy.
Okay, so the game plan is we show up. about the time of the party, and uh, obviously infiltrating the room that we were going for through the window is probably not going to be an option since the windows are graded.
I could stick my servant in there, and you could, through me, guide me to guide it to hand it to you through the grates.
Well, what type of grading are we talking here, DM? Are we talking like little small holes? Are we talking like
Uh,
prison bars? Like, I mean, like, can we fit a book through the grating since we're after logbooks?
well, they are square holes. Until you see the book, you don't know if it'll be able to fit, but it's a possibility. I mean, you can definitely put like your fist through the hole, no issues. But whether or not a book will fit through is a question mark.
Does this book need to be whole, or can it be, you know,
Sections?
spiral bound when you turn it in?
Honestly, I can't ask. They did not specify, but I'm assuming they want them whole.
Okay, that's fair. Devil's in the details.
So, yeah, the servant idea sounds great, but I don't know. Like I said, we don't know exactly what the logbooks look like.
Yeah.
So we don't know how big they are, if they'll fit. Um, we may have to. Uh, I may have to go in there and rifle around just to figure out which ones are the logbooks. So can't exactly send your servant to go pick something up. We're about 90% sure we know what it is. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's not you or your servant's fault if we end up with the wrong books. So it sounds like we're gonna have to go with the get me up there plan. So I mean, I think with them having trophies and us being invited to go check the trophies out, I think that's a perfect invitation to get me upstairs.
What are you going as,
Uh,
Teddy?
Actually, I've been thinking about that, and I don't know. Honestly, I'm thinking about using a new disguise for this one.
I'm gonna go as the scalpel, so I can spread my identity to the nobles a bit.
Yeah, yeah, you know, like yeah, and she said that there's probably going to be some nobles there from the mainland. I think this would be prime time to find a way to get us onto the mainland for things.
I think that I want to make them think that I am somebody they need to know because, well, not me, scalpel, is somebody they need to know in their religious and political neutrality, but, quote, power to uh, get shit done, change people's minds, you know. So that's where I'm going with it.
Okay, okay. Um, DM, with our time living here, would we know if the nobles would require passes like the workers to get on and off the island?
The nobles do not.
Okay.
They have they wear their royal crest, and that's how everybody knows who they are and how they get around.
Oh,
It's like a police badge, just like it's a little crest lapel thing, and that's how people know
so
who
like
they
a
are.
little piece of jewelry,
I mean,
like
it's
a brooch.
Yeah, it's like a brooch. So it's not little per se, but it's not huge. It's not a note, but it's yeah.
Okay. Okay, so retrieving nobleman's paperwork ain't gonna work. But as I look at Otis and Pan, you guys any good making jewelry?
Uh,
Or anybody in the group for that matter? But I know you two are like to make things.
Don't
Yeah.
know I could make anything professional looking, but probably shine up some glass.
Well,
Maybe.
I'm thinking if these noblemen wear brooches that identify who they are.
Oh, Des, didn't you get a jewelry set in your workshop?
I do, but I am not proficient in it.
Okay.
You know, maybe shooting for a nobles is a little high. Maybe they've got to have a servant or someone somewhere. If they're
I need
nobles, they're not going to travel without an entourage of some sort.
all I need is these fuckers to like me and get them to invite me, and I can have an entourage.
Yeah,
Presumably.
and we're definitely going to go with that idea. But I was thinking plan B, backup plan in case they're too hot snobby and because they're nobles. You never know.
Yeah. I would think servants would have like papers or something to get on and off if they needed to passes.
Well, that we do know because
Yeah.
workers have papers. That was
Yeah.
determined already. But
I
I
mean
figured that
that would be the easy way to go because I can forge papers.
yeah. But I mean, fuck, if we got the opportunity to shoot for the stars,
Mm-hmm.
worst case scenario, we walk out and the nobles don't like us, and well, we're back to square one. We don't have a in with the nobles, but
I will play devil's advocate for just a moment, just to make sure we're clear. You only know about the farmers having work passes. You don't know what the like royal servants have in regards to documentation or symbolism pass wise.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Well, I
Well,
mean, a farmer's pass gets us on the island to snoop around more.
No, absolutely. You've absolutely determined that. I just
yeah.
want to clarify you don't know for sure about actually getting into the castles.
Well,
Well,
maybe we can inquire about work with the nobles while you're trying to find an inn. Get us an invite to the castle instead of trying to sneak onto the castle.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a job inside the castle?
Yeah, yeah. Get the nobles to say, "Hey, you guys should come in because we could use you for something."
well, that means that we have to be useful for something.
Mm-hmm.
And
We just don't know what.
that's where Silk comes in. She's gonna sell us our group to the nobles and find a way in through the nobles.
I
Now,
can be a waitress.
Are you suggesting that she sex traffics us to the nobles? Is that what
That's
I'm
what
hearing?
I'm hearing these vibes, and my brain is trying to make it
It's been like 800 years, Pan. I mean,
I mean, don't get me wrong. Pan is down for it. He just wants to know how to dress so he's prepared.
Oh my god.
I mean, if that's how you want to present your usefulness to them, then I suppose. But I was thinking more along the lines of they could always use adventurers to go do something they need done. I mean, all we're looking for is a reason to go in the building. Talk to them. That gets us on the island, in the castles, and that gets us access to shit. Whether we actually accomplish the goal or even do what the fuck they want is up to us.
Well, here's what I'm hoping. Nobles being nobles. There's three families, right? Hopefully there's some stupid noble fighty bullshit going on, and they want spies on each of the other families, and maybe that's where we could be useful by being I guess dedicated to whoever it is that we meet.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay.
I mean, that's
We
one
can
option.
try.
The other option is we still haven't we made enough of a name of ourselves with the Watchers.
I mean, here's hoping.
Well, that might be somewhat of a way in. Even if they deny us, at least we know what we can work towards.
Right, and that's part of the, like, it's part of my shtick is, like, I'm neutral, politically, religiously, you know, I'm sort of a mercenary, but I'm good with the Watchers, so, like, I might be a good person to know to get stuff done if they need me to. And I obviously know people that I can count on to get stuff done for me. So.
Well, I mean, that's not a bad plan. It sounds like we
Yeah.
have a plan of what our goal is, aside
Okay.
from grabbing
Why
the
don't we
papers.
try
and-
that first, and then if that fails, then we can do option plan B.
What's plan B?
The
Figure it
first
out.
option of working for the nobles, or trying to find a way to do something for them so we can get access to the castle.
I think Plan A leads us to that outcome as well. So I think yeah. So I think the game plan is we go in, we kind of mingle amongst the party, give Silt time to go hobnob with people and see if we can't find some information that'll be handy. And then once Silt gives us the cue that she's done with hobnobbing, I will attempt to get upstairs to go look at trophies.
So what's that cue? Let's start with that.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Silt.
Oh, I don't know. Just something that is.
I mean, couldn't.
Could you?
I mean,
just
we also have the
wave?
earrings, right?
Oh yeah. I still got a few of those. I mean, I can give us all the psychic whispers before we go in. That lasts for an hour or two.
Maybe we should just do that.
Yeah, we should probably just do that.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
can do that. I mean, ultimately, if that doesn't work, maybe you saying something along the lines of, "Hey, I'm tired," or something like that. My suggestion is we go work in pairs.
I mean,
Don't go
I mean,
anywhere by yourself.
it's not very often that people raise their hands in the middle of a party. So she could just raise her hand like she's waving at somebody. Like, hey, I know that person way over in the distance. I don't know.
Like, oh my god, long time no see. How you been?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty easy cue.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's going to think twice about somebody knowing somebody that they think they know, because it's a masquerade ball. And, I mean, obviously that's an easy cue for everybody.
I think the The last question is how are we gonna know if something's wrong?
Well, I mean, thus far we've got our side work figured out. Now onto the big fish for the night.
Can I ask one more thing related to
Yeah.
that? Could two of you start like a stupid argument about something that I can pretend to use my people skills to break up to impress the nobles?
I think I might know two people who might be good at that.
I mean, we're all great at having our moments, aren't we? With each other.
Yeah, I vote Pearl and Gal on that one.
Yep.
Now you guys have to promise that when I intercede to, you know, be done with the spat.
Pearl, when that happens, what should we fight over? I love a good fight
my
over
God.
a man situation.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Yes.
Well, okay,
Yes.
so that
Oh
that
my
means that you
gosh.
have to have a man. To make it simpler, just do something about your outfits, like be offended by
Oh,
somebody's
okay.
outfit.
Your outfit is so like last season. I don't know, some bullshit.
Oh my god, are we gonna go straight Mean Girls on this?
I love it. I'm here for it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so when is that happening?
That could be your
I could just
your cue when you're done hobnobbing or whatever Mike called it.
I can just whisper out to the group to.
We're
Yeah,
trying
'cause
to
I
be.
mean that's gonna be in your mind anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, cool.
All right.
Alright.
Who
So
mentioned
far,
pairing up? Are we doing that?
If what?
Who mentioned pairing up?
Oh, that was me. That was my suggestion. I suggest pairing up, at least. I mean, I know at some point Taddy's going to break off because Taddy has something to do. But
well, no, that's the thing is that's where I was actually at in that part of the planning was once I get upstairs, there's going to be guards up there because you just know if there's something important, there's going to be guards involved. So going up there alone, I mean, I don't think unless we figure out a way to get the guards to leave the area so I have time to pick the locks and get myself in.
that could be the fight between Pearl and Gal.
Right.
Think about it. If they're going at it enough to get the guards to come away, and Silt intercedes and is able to stop it, I mean, that's going to give Silt some street cred, right?
You're just hoping.
I mean, that gets you in there at least. Then the problem is getting back out.
Okay, well, let's stage the fight. Is in the grand staircase, DM? Was there like a platform, a mezzanine?
Yeah, so when you walk up it, you go forward for the first half of the stairs, and then it curves right, and there's a little platform there. And then above that, behind it, there's no offices there. It's an empty area with just trophies on the wall.
Okay, so if that fight takes place on that little landing, then the guards from upstairs obviously are going to be the closer of the guards who should be coming to help deal with that. So that might be a perfect distraction and a perfect spot for that scenario.
So I'm sorry, argument is on the landing?
Yes.
And the landing is above or below the stairs?
The landing is you go up. He said that you go up some stairs. There's a landing, and then it curves up to
Oh,
missed
where
you.
we need to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
I
talking
mean,
about that spot just a few steps up.
we're assuming that we're going to be able to get up there and look at the trophies. We
Well,
may
were
not
told
be able to.
We were told to. That's what the woman said. when we
Oh,
talked
I
to her.
missed that. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're
I thought
okay.
it was just a party to celebrate the trophies.
No, well, it's a party to celebrate all their catches. But
The-
she
the-
mentioned
No, the party is to celebrate the captains and all the work they do.
right. But I remember her mentioning when you get a chance, go up and
Hmm
see
She
the
did.
trophies for
She
the
did
captains.
say make sure you look at the trophies while you're here tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes.
So that gets us the up to go up there.
Yes.
And then the fight starts. In theory, would pull the guards away. That gets you in there. And
That gives
then-
me a little bit of time alone with the door. My intentions are get in, get up there, get the door open, get myself inside, get the door shut, and then figure out where these logs are and get my hands on those.
I want to
Um,
relock it when you go in there.
Yeah, if I can, if it's a keyed door, then I'm kind of SOL for that. But the next snag that I see running into is trying to get out. Because if the windows are grated, I can't leave through the windows. So I'm gonna have to come back out those doors.
Can't you make yourself smaller?
No.
Oh,
He can make himself the size of Pan.
I have that potion.
Read that one, because that might make you bigger, Becca.
Oh, damn it. No, it's a potion of diminution? Yeah, when you drink this oh, hold on, let me just... there you go.
Because I mean, I have like an oh shit moment idea, if we need it, but I'd like to try to figure out another idea and keep that as a back pocket.
What's your idea?
Well, I have a way that I can make a ruckus. I don't want to spill the beans too much in case other people are implicated, but
Wait a minute. DM,
Yes.
Misty Step, does that require a clear path?
No, it does
Mm.
not.
Open it up and read it, because last I think
Briefly-
you needed line of
briefly-
sight.
Briefly surrounded by silver mist, you teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see.
So you have to be able to see where you're teleporting to.
Right, but things can be in between that, right?
Yeah.
So if I can see out the
You
window,
all you have to do
graded,
is be able to see where you're trying to teleport to. That's it.
right.
Teleport out the
So
window.
if I look out the graded window out onto the balcony,
Yeah. You could teleport
there's
through
a
the
clear
window
spot.
to be
Okay,
outside.
then I got a way out. I got a way out. Never mind. Scrap that part. I forgot. I can do that.
okay.
I got
So
so much
hypo-
in my arsenal. I forget sometimes.
Alright. If you can't get out that way, then let us know, and then I guess we can go with the back pocket idea. If needed. But I might need little Pan's help or someone's help at least.
I got you.
DM,
Yes.
mechanics question here. Reduce enlarge spell.
Mm-hmm.
Can you use that in combination with a potion of diminution?
You can use them in combination to extend the effect, but it won't make you small. The size changes don't stack.
Change. Okay, so they. Oh, damn. Okay.
So you can't do it twice and go small. Well,
Smaller.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
yeah.
Can I go super small?
Let me read it. Hold on.
Oh my god, we're just gonna make tiny. Tiny. That's so exciting. This is such a good tool to have.
It doesn't say the effects don't stack. So as long as you're not interrupting concentration, I will say that the size will stack. So with 2 uses, you could get down to tiny as long as you can maintain concentration throughout.
Okay.
Get on tap.
And you don't have to concentrate on potions, just on the spell. So
Right. So,
so if you cast it and you drank the potion, you would be tiny, which is
well,
Wee,
I'm
itty
currently
bitty.
4 foot. If I am currently 4 foot tall, so I'm already on the short side.
yeah, but you still count as a medium creature. So
Right.
oh no, you're a small.
Yeah, if he turns into the same size as Pan, then he's small.
Tiny. So you would be, well, he's small right now. So you and Pan are actually pretty, you're a little bit taller, but you and Pan are pretty close to the same size. And then,
So
that would make you tiny, and then again would make you, I gotta look up the size chart. I don't know if there's even anything below tiny.
So here's
Super
what
human?
here's what I'm imagining right now. Okay, so we get upstairs, we do the distraction. I go over, get myself in the door, get the door shut, get in, find the books, come back to the door, in case my Misty Step doesn't work on the window for some reason. If I Misty Step out the window, then I'll come back to the doorway and let you guys know it's done, and we can do whatever. Because at that point, the job's done.
So there is nothing on the size chart below tiny. I'll still let you do it, but you're gonna be like the size of a fly.
So you could just
Yeah,
like
perfect.
go through the keyhole.
Perfect.
You don't even have to.
Because here's what I'm thinking is, like I said, I'm gonna try and Misty Step out the window. But if I don't Misty Step out the window, what I want to do is shrink myself small enough to where I just go through the crack of the door, if there's a wide enough gap, and if there isn't, crack the door open just a hair, shrink myself enough to where they can't see me.
I would
and just
venture
run out.
you would know from what you saw, you would be able to fit through the bars as a tiny creature. Tiny creatures like the size of a rat. So like, this big.
Oh, okay.
So you like
So I open the window and drink the potion, cast a spell, and then I just go out through the grate. That works too.
so the window has a pane of glass in it too. It's not just bars.
Yeah, there's glass inside the bars.
Yeah, but if you're inside, we just open
I know,
the
but
window.
if the window were open, you wouldn't even have to go through the door inside. You could just go through the window from the outside. It's tiny.
Well, you're right. That would get me in, but the problem is once I'm inside, those logbooks are still normal size.
Yeah, but you're small, so you could do the concentration one and drop concentration, grab the logbook, and then take the potion and become tiny again. I mean, it's not efficient, but
Ah.
It's an option.
it gets you through the window.
So, well, let's do this then. You were talking about a servant earlier. What about putting your servant up there and just opening the window?
Yeah, I could do that. I mean, presuming
And-
nobody's in the room.
Yeah, and if I'm small enough with just one of these, whether it's the drink or the spell, to fit through the grates, am I understanding that right there, DM?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
I only need one to get through the grates?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can use one to get in, and I use the other to get out.
Mhm.
That's if Misty Step don't work.
I will point out, for planning purposes, you cannot dismiss the potion. Once you drink it, you are that size until it wears off, which is 1d4 hours. So you won't know until you drink it.
Yeah, so,
Just tiny patty.
yeah, alright. Okay, okay, so let's forget distracting the, let's forget distracting the guards, because let's switch to servant in the room to open the window plan. As long as that window's open, apparently I have a way in. I was thinking the grates were preventing me from using the window, but if yeah, we got drinks and spells for that? Shit, okay.
I can dig it.
Alright, let's do that. Now, how close do you need to be to put the servant in the room?
Uh,
60 feet, I think.
It needs to be within 30 feet of you.
Nope, 60 feet.
Ex-
A hand, mage hand is 30 feet.
What are you... Ah. Yeah, I looked for that spell, too. And I didn't... I just glanced over it.
Okay, do you have to see where you're putting your servant?
Nope, it doesn't say that I do. Make sure to check that.
Nope, you don't have to be able to see it.
So DM, in theory, can she put a servant in that room and command it to go open the window?
Yeah, as long as she's within 60 feet of it. If it moves more than 60 feet away from Silt, the spell ends. So it has to be within
Okay.
60 feet of her.
So Silt needs to go upstairs.
Or stand under
Silt
the
needs to
room.
be... Yeah, you need to stand by the door of the room.
Yeah.
And there's a trophy right there, so...
I think I described the ground floor as 20 feet tall. If I remember correctly. So you're well within 60 feet as you walk up to the building.
Okay. Okay, so let's tweak the beginning part of the plan then. We still go in, we still do some mingling, get some information, let Silt try and hobnob her way into Noblesville. And then when Silt is ready to open the window, she'll wave.
I'm going to
when-
amend this plan because, just in case casting a spell creates any sort of people thinking I'm casting a spell, I'm gonna do it before we get in.
Yeah, I say, couldn't you just walk around to the back of the building and just look up and cast it from there outside?
I can, before we walk in, I can do it right outside there and stick him in the room. He's invisible, so.
Oh, okay. How long does your servant last?
1 hour.
Okay, so if you're going to cast that before we walk in, that gives us 1 hour to...
Well, and he can also unlock the window, you know.
And then lock it again when we're done.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Okay. Okay, so we get there, we'll let you put your unseen servant in the building. Now, would... yeah, we'll get there, we'll let you put the unseen servant in there, and then we'll go in, hobnob for about an hour, do some information gathering and whatnot, and let you try and get in with the nobles. And then, when you're ready, whether you've gotten it in or not, a half an hour later, we have to go through with part two to the plan,
Yeah.
which will be you heading upstairs. Well, wait a minute. Don't you have to stay close to your servant the whole time?
Mm-hmm. Within 60 feet. So just
So you're not
hang
going to
out.
be able to leave 60 feet from that room the whole time. You're not going to have free reign to just walk around the building. You'll be too far away.
Well, we can I mean, we can get it unlocked. And if I get too far away, that's fine. I'll cast them again to get it locked later.
Oh, you can do it twice? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
That
it's
works.
just first level stuff.
All right. Hey, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so we get there, you cast the unseen servant, let him unlock and open the window. And then we go in, we hobnob for a while, you do your noble thing. Then when you're ready, give us a wave. And the girls can hit the mezzanine and make a commotion, and you can come be the people person and break the fight up. And I'll take that as my cue to head outside and get up to the window and get myself in and get the log trucks and get myself out.
Do you think, as we head in, can you fly up there and sneakily peek into the window just to make sure nobody's in there?
I mean, as long as there isn't a whole bunch of people out front, yeah.
Okay, because I could put my eye in there too, but that's seems like there's more chance for failure than just having
Okay.
it work.
All right. And then once I'm out, hopefully, I'll have my psychic whispers going, and I'll let everybody know that I'm out, and we go from there. I mean, at that point, if there's no guards like looking for us, we could stay and mingle some more, or we can just leave.
Looks like we have a plan.
Yeah. All planned out from start to finish this time.
We hope.
All right. Anybody have anything they want to do over the next 20 hours before it's time to head to the party?
I'll give Buddy the temporary hit points when we wake up.
Okay.
Before we
Hold off on that, Katie. We'll do that right before we head over there.
before we go to bed, I was gonna go do my thing I was doing last week.
Remind me.
The Temple of Talos. He was going and watching the temple.
Okay.
Would it be possible for Pan to make smoke bombs?
Do you have the time? Do you have the materials?
I do not know.
Let's take a look. I gotta dig the book back out.
Basic smoke bomb is just some type of combustible container that's got fluid in it that turns into smoke.
It's actually not fluid because I've made them.
Like gunpowder.
There is no, because gunpowder explodes and burns. In real life, you would use stump remover. There is a chemical in it that smokes profusely, and you, at a low heat, do a 50-50 mix of that and sugar in low heat until the sugar melts, and then you feed it into whatever tube you want, put a fuse in it, and you're good to go.
I am glad I came tonight. I learned something.
Yeah, I
Boys and girls is how you end up on the ATF list.
Now can
there's
you,
not there's it doesn't explode. There's nothing illegal about it. So
can you convert that into D&D materials now?
I am working on it right now. Okay. It literally just says the DM determines whether appropriate raw materials are available. By 10. So
If
it
you can make bullets, I think you should be able to make smoke bombs.
so it will take you 5 hours to make 3 smoke grenades.
And how much will this cost me?
It will cost you.
Oh yeah, I actually have gold. Okay. About to have to hit Odie up to finance this operation.
Give me just a second here. It's going to cost you 25 gold per smoke grenade. So 75 gold, 5 hours, you'll get 3 of them. Each smoke grenade will fill a 20-foot radius sphere for 1 minute, heavily obscured, unless a wind disperses it.
Okay. I will do that, and I will make those tonight before we go.
Well, the party's not till tomorrow night, so you've got all day tomorrow to make them as well, if you had nothing else going on. But go ahead and take 75 gold off, and I am putting them in your inventory right now. Ignore all the it can be propelled up to 1,000 feet. This smoke grenade is designed for like a grenade launcher.
Can I make a grenade launcher?
If you play advanced stuff. You can throw it up to 60 feet. Oh, what am I? I've grabbed the wrong one. Hold on. I'm gonna get rid of those.
I love how he said that, and Pan and I got excited.
New
Yeah.
goal.
I'm like, wait, grenade launcher?
And
You go,
you'll
"Yay."
you'll need alchemy proficiency, but I think you've got an ability for that, don't you?
I believe so.
Your tool trades ability or whatever it is.
Tricks of the trade or something, or tool. Oh, tools of the trade. Yep.
Yeah. Right tool for the job. That's what it
There
is.
it is. I knew it had tool in it. Don't worry, guys. Pan is the ultimate tool.
So it'll actually take you 6 hours then, because it requires 1 hour for the tool for the job ability to get proficiency with it. So that's 6 hours of your day. So reading the correct smoke grenade now. Same area, it's 20-foot radius. A moderate wind will disperse the smoke in 4 rounds, and a strong wind will disperse it in 1 round.
Now, anybody can use this, right? It doesn't have to be me that sets
No.
it off.
Anybody can use it,
Okay.
as long as they can light the fuse. I'm going to go above table real quick with my comment about the smoke grenade. There is a specific chemical in the stump remover that I use, so don't just go grind up a bunch of stump remover and hope it'll work. I don't remember what the chemical is called, but there's a specific chemical found in stump remover that produces all the smoke.
While
So
we're
before
sitting
you
here
go
talking
and
about it,
poison yourselves.
done with the PSA?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, Gallon, while we're sitting here talking about, thinking about it, would you put the potion drink potion in the party sheet, and I'll pick it up.
Sure.
That way, that's already done. What's on me?
Anybody else have anything between this evening and the party tomorrow night?
I need
In
a
the
shot.
party.
One at a time, please.
Got it. Thank you.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I need a shower.
Okay. There's a
Yeah,
well in
same.
front of the church. I don't know what to tell you beyond that. So.
No, basically,
Oh.
we're gonna go and take a shower. Freedom.
Side note, everybody, in case anybody asks, these tickets came from Captain Munchin?
München.
Am I pronouncing Munchin?
Go German with it. München.
Munchin.
Because I have a deck of cards that I got in Germany right in front of me, and that's what I saw when I had to come up with the name.
Nice.
That's how I come up with a lot of the names. What is laying around me?
Caddy, do you know anything about this Captain Munchin?
Did we lose him?
Do you know anything about this Captain?
Nope.
Alright. Well,
He's that's just what I was told when I was given the ticket. He's a friend. And his name's Captain Munchin. Munchin.
Munchin.
Munchin. Okay. So,
München.
Whatever.
Munchin.
You know all his friends call him Hair Munchin.
hair Munchin. Oh no.
I am right in that assumption, right, DM?
Yeah, you don't know shit. And you would assume he's a member of the Fishers Guild, considering he had tickets.
Yes.
But that's really as
So
far
there's
as
a good
you can
chance
go.
he's there somewhere.
Well, I'm just gonna play it off as you, my associate, since I don't get my hands dirty doing stuff like that. You acquired a ticket for me.
There you go.
which is
You would know that he's not going to be there because you have his tickets.
Oh. Okay. So we don't have to worry about that.
That was part of the letter. Is we've acquired these tickets for you.
Ooh, I wonder if something untoward happened to him that I could take credit for.
I don't know. You don't know. We don't know.
Okay. Well, you all get a good night's sleep wherever you choose to sleep. Wake up the next day, do whatever you're going to do that day in preparation, rests, etc. I'm sure Pearl is going to spend. I'm getting to you, Brad. I didn't forget. I'm sure Pearl is going to spend plenty of time doing her hair and getting all dolled up for the masquerade ball because it's my wife and I fucking know better.
Oh,
You
there's
love
going to be
these-
some painting of the mask too, by the way.
Yep, that as well. Real quick, Brad, are you doing anything different from before?
No, just
Okay.
observations, gaining information, that kind of thing.
You learn nothing new.
Okay.
Nice and easy.
Cool.
So,
Arr.
so Otis, my friend, after we finish with the mask, I give him his. It's a devil mask, only it's blue.
Nice.
I got a red one to match. I think the rest of the group got devil masks too, didn't they?
Except for Silt, she did like the Italian style.
Has a giant metal penguin face.
Yep.
And I think I got a couple extra from Gal. If
Yes,
I remember
yes.
right.
And I did the lace thingy.
That's right. Yeah. All right. As you get ready to head out, disguises for those of you two who disguise yourselves regularly, what are you disguising as?
Um, I was. I was hoping to pull off a disguise that looks like a nobleman.
What race?
Um, what's
You would know most,
I,
well, pretty much all noblemen here in Haven are either human, dwarf, or elf.
then dwarf, I guess, because height. I can't go too high.
Okay.
I'd be a really short elf or human. That would look funny.
No. All right. And Silt?
I'm going as the scalpel.
Which one is that?
The elf that is. Hang on, I'm pulling up the original.
The hoity-toity one.
The hoity-toity. Don't fuck with them one.
Is it labeled as scalpel on your...
It was before the character was
Oh,
remade.
I got it. It's still there.
Okay.
Okay.
Scalpel. Fancy elf with a scar on his face grafted with fish scales, cat-like eyes, one grafted eye, never blinks except the third membrane, and has a blue dot cataract.
All right. And Gallon.
I am going as a human.
Just generic run-of-the-mill human.
High elf, like a high human, like someone not literally high, but you know, hoity-toity.
Human...
Hoity-toity human. Yankee
Hu-
bitch.
human noble woman. Got it.
Yes, there you go. That's the word.
Wait, so are you guys pretending to be like noble people from the inner part of the island, or just like posers?
I'm going as a poser because obviously I don't want to make people think that I
Right.
belong to their group
Yeah.
I
and
was
I
going
don't know anything about them.
based off of the conversation you had sent, Katie.
Oh yeah, that's just for like trying to people that are.
Well then,
maybe
okay,
high
then let me not be a high noble person. Let me be someone who's like just dressed well before the norm, like above the commoner.
thinks you're special shit
Yeah.
Okay.
on the docks.
So kind of like an academic person. Or like
Yeah.
the tool. Everybody's had a tool manager at one point in their life. They're that person who gets the tiny bit of power and go fucking ape shit about it.
There you go. Let's do that.
All right. Katie, I put the silvered claws in your actions tab, just so you're aware. One thing you would have noticed today is that every time you are out in the sunlight with them, they sparkle and twinkle like Edward from Twilight.
I will.
This is the skin of a killer, Bella.
I promise I
I-
did not mean to make them gay. They just chose that.
Alright, Twinkle Toes.
It's okay. Every time she hits something, they're gonna go yas.
Yuck, queen.
hope so.
All right. Last call. Anybody got anything for y'all? Head over there.
Oh, I gotta do my roll for morning.
Oh yeah, do that.
The smoke bombs pan is also going to spend all the remaining time he has repairing his tuxedo and the Sir Waddle, just making sure everything's shiny and polished.
Yeah, your tuxedo just needs a few good doses of a mending cantrip, so there's no issues there. Gets right back up
You
to
know,
snuff.
Sir Waddles gets a nice buff and polish.
Spit shine.
Yep. Oh yeah. Lots of
Give him
spit.
the old hawk tool.
Octua.
All right. Katie, did you do the temporary hit points?
No, I haven't.
Okay, go ahead and do that real quick.
I need to see.
If you just roll it once in the chat box, I can tag everybody with it really quick.
Okay. Where is it?
It's 6, right?
11.
No, the number of people you can.
Let's see. 6. Yep, 6.
6. Okay, so everybody but Sir Waddles gets 11 temporary hit points for Silt's inspiring leader speech. And, alright, with that, you all make your way over to the Fishers Guild. As you walk down the dock, you'll notice that it has been cleaned, where there's usually leftover crates from a day's work not quite being finished, and homeless people scattered across the dock. They've all been removed. It even looks like somebody swept the dock, leading like down the dockway towards the Fishers Guild. Torches light the pathway. It is dark out at this time. Tiny bit of ambient light left, but mostly dark. As you approach the Fishers Guild, you're still a little ways off, but as you approach, you will note that there are 2 guards standing in front of the pillar, directly underneath where you plan to stand, Katie, to be within 60 feet while doing your servant thing. And the half-orc, I have her name somewhere here, the half-orc, Kier, the legless half-orc, is standing just outside of the main door with a clipboard in her little apron pocket.
Can I make a note that I would have left my backpack behind?
Okay.
Wearing that. I have my spell component pouch and Grand Tempest wrapped around my waist still, but like
Okay.
backpack. Actually, I don't want my buckler either, so I will.
Okay. Yep, unequip it.
And like all of the extra weapons, I don't have any of that. 'Cause
Are we all doing that for the party?
I am like you guys. You make your own choices, but I'm going to.
Okay. There's been a small snag already, guys. I was just reading over my Psychic Whisper spell. They have changed it with the update.
Uh-oh.
It's not, I rolled to see how many people, I rolled to see how many hours we can use it. I have a max of my proficiency bonus, which is 3.
So if we
I
clear off,
could, yeah, I can only pass out to 3 people.
Well, you guys were going to go in teams, weren't you?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind
Yeah.
of the plan.
We also
Y-
still
yeah.
have the earrings too, so if you need to use that on other people, I can use the earring with you.
Okay. And, well, yeah, and I still have 2 more of those I could pass out. So, how about we do 1 to Otis and 1 to Silt?
That's the earrings, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna put them in the party sheet. So each of you, whoever, grab the first one, and then I'll put another one in there. And all right.
And that'll be a D8 to see how long it'll last for, Taddy.
Yeah. Alright, so me and Gallon and Silt and now Otis all have earrings. And here. $2. We'll have 2 hours for this. Okay. And one will go to
There's 3 and there's only 2 left, so.
Gallon. Silt and myself.
Okay, so I can communicate back with Patty, Pan, and Pearl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pan and Pearl don't have earrings. So anything you need to get to them, you can use the Psychic Whispers for. As far as the rest of us goes, you can just use the earrings.
The earrings are two-way.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Earrings are
we
the earrings are open frequency, so when one of you talks, all of you hear it.
Okay, so we're all connected. So okay.
Yes. Yes. The only ones who won't be able to hear the earring talk is Pan and Pearl. But you or I can relate to them.
Okay. Okay.
So now
DM
the
it- Go ahead, Mike, sorry.
earrings are only good for X amount of distance. Let me double check that.
I believe it's
300 feet. Yes. So we should be good in the building, but we get outside the building, it might get a little distant. Am I gauging that right, DM?
Yeah, 300 feet's pretty far. In and around the building, you guys shouldn't have any issues. If you guys take off for whatever reason, there's a chance you might spread just a little too far from each other.
Yes. But the Psychic Whispers go for a mile, so they didn't change that part.
Mild probably get you from the Fishers Guild to the mainland. Like into the mainland a bit. So you got plenty of distance there.
I obviously am going to be casting the Psychic Whispers as we get to the building.
Mm-hmm. To
try and
maximize effectiveness.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay. Brad, you were going to say?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I didn't want to interrupt. I think I'm gonna join Silt with leaving my shield and trident
Okay.
back at the bastion.
Just
And
unequip it from your inventory.
And I was gonna ask if it's possible if Pearl might be able to apply some like white makeup to my face, or if I could use some ash from one of the fire pits to kind of make a pasty, like cover up my neck and everything.
Anybody have a
Yeah.
disguise kit? Anybody have a disguise kit? Is going to be the question there.
I think I do. Let me double check.
Okay, the only person I know of that had one.
That would be the question to ask. If you want to do the ash thing, absolutely, you're going to look ashy. But if you want to try and look like more human, like take away your Simic appearance, that would take a disguise kit.
I just want to change the color
Okay.
of the skin. That's it.
Well, is that something that's available in the market?
Yeah, you guys could have gone and picked one up today.
How much are they? I might as
I
well
am
pick one up if that's the case.
Looking right now, 5 gold.
I will. Are they a one-time use thing? I don't remember.
Nope. It looks like tools are infinite. Unless you break them like Taddy does.
Alright. I'll take
Speaking
one
of-
also.
Okay. Silt, were you gonna get one too?
Oh no, if Odessa's get well, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna get one for backup C's and
It's probably smart, because who knows if we're going to be separated or whatnot.
In that case, Odess, make a charisma check. It is a DC 10 to apply makeup.
can I help him? Cause I'm seeing him like struggle, like
You
let me help you
can
out, brother.
give him well, whoever is applying the makeup, make a charisma check. Let's do it
I
that
will
way.
apply makeup because I have more experience with hoity-toity things like that.
I'm not even
My
going to roll
charisma
good.
is pretty on top out there.
Because all I'm trying to do is just cover up
I'll run a
the
check.
color.
As Pearl and Silt are helping you get your makeup applied, Gallon kind of peeks her head around the corner, excited
100%
with the
true.
collaboration.
That's
100%
hella
true.
funny.
And the makeup comes out however you desire it to be. So describe it for me so I know what you look like walking into this room full of people.
So, really, all he's going to look like is a pale, bald elf.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean, like, white skin. I mean, it doesn't...
So you became one of those tattoo cover-up videos, basically.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly what I was thinking about.
Got it. Say no more.
Now I gotta close my window because it's cold as shit.
All right. Anybody else got anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just, just for my disguise, when I say I'm human, I mean I'm talking like normal, plain human as possible, like nothing that looks like Gal.
Okay.
Just so we're clear.
Still a female, though, right?
Yes.
Do we have a map with the outside view of the building?
You will after you tell me what you want to do on approach, because, well, I can hide it. Hold on.
Well, I'm wagering there might be some type of like gap or alley, on the side of the building.
Hold on. Hold up.
That's why I was asking about.
I mean, I don't have, like, a street map for you. The map might take a second to load.
That's okay.
But this is the front of the building. So the door is right here. That's the door you guys walked in. You can see the pillars all the way around it. And then the guards are standing outside of that pillar. So above, in between and above where the two guards are standing is like a kind of a balcony window type looking thing. Like it's got an overhang. And then between the two outer pillars and above is the same thing. So there's 3 of them in these locations about 30 feet above the dock you're standing on.
Okay, so can I dip like over this way as we approach?
You can.
I'm not going to approach with the group. If we're doing pairs, like whoever's gonna be with me, I'll approach with them. But
Splitting the party early. I like it.
well, you know,
Well,
can't be
if
chummy.
Pearl,
with
if Pearl and Gallon are going to be arguing, I would wager those two would probably be together.
I
That would
would.
leave.
I mean, but together but separate, because I don't want to. Because if we've seen each other coming into the party, then
Right.
it would not make sense for us to have an argument later.
Okay,
Yeah.
then maybe then Otis and Gallon, and
When was the last time you were at a club? I'm not sure if you understand how that works.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's generally the women that come in together that fight the hardest with each other.
He's kind of got a point.
You have to forgive
No.
me. I am not one of those women. So
Yeah, no, me neither. Like, I'm
if,
not gonna be
if
like,
I'm
oh,
going to a club with my friends, it's other people who better watch out because I am
yeah,
not playing.
yeah. No, and if it, yeah, I wouldn't think that people will take it like too seriously if we were gonna really go at it. That oh, these two just can't, like, no, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, we could be cardio, like people can see us, that maybe we say hi to each other, like, oh, hello, like we kind of say hi, but not like we're best friends. You know what I mean? Like, we're coming together, like shoulder to shoulder, like dancing.
And if we're having an argument about each other's outfits, that's
Yeah.
about what happened the second like you walked in, or a couple
Like,
drinks in at least.
we can act like we can meet at some point, like when we're getting a drink and we're running to each other, and we kind of have like a 2-3 minute like cordial conversation, just to be casual, like, hey, you
So you guys
been?
look at each other
And
with
then-
big eyes the whole time, like
Yeah, just some light
staring each
negging.
other down.
Right.
Okay, so we'll do Gallon and Otis, and we'll do Pearl with Pan, I guess. And I'll go with Silt. Silt, just let me do what you asked me to do and go up top and look through the windows.
Yep.
And then I'll come back down the same spot I'm hiding before I go up. And you want to walk in with me, or you want to?
Well, what do you
Walking
want
separate.
your relationship to me to be? Do you want to be my?
You
Coworker?
asking him
Uh,
out?
Well, you're an admiral to a fleet, right? So call me
Well,
your.
Silt is.
Second.
I'm just the bigwig in town. It's like.
Okay. Well, I'll just be one of your hirelings.
Okay, you can be my trusted, my number one trusted dude. Well,
There you go.
Besides Silt, who is.
And that would explain why I ran off and then came back.
and I
Because you
can-
told
yeah,
me to go
okay,
do something.
Okay.
Which
perfect.
actually you did, so. Alright, so we're paired up. Otis, Gallon, Pan, Pearl, Silt Daddy.
All right, so let me get this straight. Taddy and Silt, you're gonna stay outside and do something while the others go inside in pairs. I got that right? And then you
Yeah.
guys will follow, or or is everybody gonna wait and you're all gonna go in at the same time?
No, we're splitting the party.
Okay.
For real.
It's not a hard split. It's a gentle split.
Yeah.
We're all in the same
Yeah.
vicinity.
Okay, so
But in all
Taddy,
fairness, when we go in, we don't have to know each other going in. We can just be
Right.
a group of people going through the door.
I just want to make sure I have it right so I narrate things properly as we go. That's
Yeah.
all. So Taddy, describe to me what you're going to do.
Okay, so I'm shooting for just to the off to the side of the building
'Kay.
where they can't see me. That's what I was aiming for.
Okay.
And then I just make sure that there's nobody around, obviously. So if you want a perception check, I can do that, but it's up to you. I just don't want anybody to see me float up onto the upper balcony. I don't even want to put my feet on the balcony. Like, I'll fucking hover an inch or two off so I don't make creaky noises.
So balcony was the wrong word. It's like the houses with like the, what are they called, breakfast nooks or whatever, where like inside there's a little ledge and it sticks out of the house on the outside. So it's not a balcony, it's just the window is like a foot and a half out from the wall of the house and there's a slight roof above it.
So it's something that somewhere where they can't see me if I'm up there, right?
Oh no, you will be completely exposed.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It's. Let me see if I can
See, I was
find.
kind of picturing it as like, you know, like people go open the window and
Let me see if I
step
can find a
outside just to look at the
picture.
view.
Yeah, that's. Let me know if you can. No, I'll screenshot it.
Screenshot it, send it via Facebook
Mm-hmm.
group, so everybody knows that works.
If it'll. Come on. There we go. Apparently, I didn't spank my phone hard enough for it to realize I wanted it to take a screenshot.
It happens.
So it looks like that.
Oh, I got you. Okay, one of those deals.
Yeah, an outcrop. It's called an outcropping, where it just kind of sticks out, but it's not something you can walk out onto.
Okay. And the next question on that is there a building over here?
No.
Or just my...
So the dock runs out to about there, and then you're in the harbor. That's where the ships dock to unload their hulls.
Well, as we walk up and I see that there's people around and he couldn't do it safely, I just say, forget it, Daddy.
Okay.
Could I make a suggestion not to overcomplicate things? If
I
you say
started
no,
typing it. Brad, I started typing that.
Oh, okay.
Only because I know you were away from the computer.
Yeah, sorry.
We should actually probably have Odes go with Pearl, and Gal go with Pan in order to split the psychic whispers and the earrings.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So now that things have changed, which it would have taken you a minute to go and look at that, which would have given the first group enough time to walk in. So which group is going first?
Otis and Pearl.
Okay, Otis and Pearl will go.
Okay.
Yeah.
You both approach. The guards nod, but don't say anything as you walk up. When you walk up, I had her freaking name written down. Where is it? Whatever I said her name was. Kier. There we go. Fucking dyslexia. Kier is standing there. Pearl, you saw her yesterday. She saw you as well. She will nod and greet you happily, as a hostess should. Welcome. Tickets, please.
Hey, good evening. You look lovely. Here you go.
Oh, thank you. What do you hand her?
Tickets.
Do you have tickets?
Above table,
Yeah,
I knew this shit was gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Don't we?
Yeah,
Didn't we get tickets?
Yes, I got a whole.
I don't-
bunch
I-
for everybody, and I pass them out.
Yeah.
I don't remember if you passed them out or not. That's why I'm playing
Yeah,
fuck
that was-
games.
That was what he said. These are from Captain Munchin.
Okay.
Well, I said I passed them out last week.
You did.
God for you.
I remember it now.
Yeah.
Okay. She will take the tickets, look at them, hand them back to you, go, thank you. And who shall we announce is here?
I'm gonna lean in and whisper in Pearl's ear to tell Pearl to give her a different name than ours. Just come up with two names.
Nina.
Who?
Nina. Nina.
Got it. And you, sir?
I'm Nino.
Lovely, lovely. And which ship are you representing? Or what organization do you represent, at least?
Munter.
Oh yeah,
The Munchin!
Yeah. That one word that I can't pronounce. That the DM of course gives us the one word that I can't pronounce.
The Munchin.
We look so awkward right now in front of her, like.
Wonderful, wonderful. Please have a good time. And with her big half orc arm, she will swing the doors open, allowing you to enter. After you take about 1 footstep across the threshold, a loud voice rings out. Nina and Nino of the Munchkins.
We represent the
Yep.
lollipop.
That's why I went with it.
I needed that laugh.
Pam is dying in the other room. I can hear her.
On a separate note, I will say this map is incredible.
Thank you. You two are inside. You may move your tokens to wherever you want your people to go. So there are 2 parts. On the left part is obviously the ground floor. The right part is the upper balcony area. It is a open floor plan, so you can see up there from the first floor and vice versa. The staircase,
So the center's open then on the
Yeah,
upper floor?
the center is open. The staircase at the top is the same staircase. There is only the one.
Okay.
So, on the far end, those 2 doors are there and there. As you enter, the room is full of people, and it's very clear who the captains are and who the crew members are. I only put captain tokens on the map. This room is pretty packed. But for the sake of moving around and people that are actually important and might or might not have things to say, those are the tokens I put on the map.
Just out of curiosity and above table, is that a drow I recognized?
You're not in the building, so
Above table!
wait till you're inside. It's okay, because you're going inside right now. Galen and Pan, you approach, and the same thing happens. Kier, hello, good evening. Welcome to the annual masquerade. Who may I announce? Oh, I'm sorry. Tickets, please.
I'll hand her my ticket. And I'll say, I'm Penelope Highfeather.
I'm only laughing because I know where that name is coming from.
Wonderful, Madam Penelope. And you, sir?
Can I build you robot legs?
I'm terribly sorry, I'm working. Please come back tomorrow. She says quietly. Odess and Pearl, unless you two are just going to stand there and block the doorway, move your tokens to wherever you're going to
I'm
be.
sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I just don't know where
It's
to
okay.
go because I don't want to talk to people.
No, you're fine.
I'm gonna grab Pearl and pull her over to the cheese table.
Yeah, let's just have some
Okay.
cheese. Yeah.
That is me in real life in every social setting. Like, fuck, there are people everywhere and they all want to talk.
Jesus, people.
Pan, what name do you give Kier?
My name's Pan.
Wonderful, Mr. Pan. And who may I say you two represent?
Captain
Herr
Munchin.
Munchin.
Munchin. Wonderful. Do enjoy yourselves. Same thing. She swings the door open. You walk in, seeing everything I previously described, and a large voice echoes out through the hallway. Madam Penelope Highfeather and Sir Pan of the Munchin. And when the announcement goes off, everybody kind of stops what they're doing and looks at the door, and then goes back to what they were doing.
Pan shoulders, and he's doing the princess wave as it's moving forward. Yes, that's the one.
Beautiful. Okay. So the two of you move it.
Real quick.
Yeah,
on
go
the
ahead.
table. Do the tickets have the captain's name on them?
Nope. They just say admit one.
Damn,
Me
if I
and
would
Sil-
have known that.
Me and Silt have a little bit of work to do before we even get to this point, though. There, DM.
Ah, yes. What else were you gonna do?
So as we approach, roughly, I guess, right in that vicinity,
Okay.
I'm going to kind of step behind Silt out of view from the guards. And
Okay.
if I am reading my druid craft spell correctly, I can create smells like puffs of wind, smells, stuff like that, right? Faint odor of a skunk.
It does specifically say the faint odor of a skunk, so that is what you can produce.
So I would like to kind of use my let's see, druid. Okay, druidcraft has verbal and semantics.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to use my sleight of hand behind Silt so they can't see me.
Okay.
And
I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. It's
okay.
your hand is obscured, so you'll be able to do it without being seen.
Yeah, and I want to put that smell right about there, and hopefully get the guards' attention.
You definitely see them like scrunch their nose and just barely turn their head and side eye each other, and then compose themselves and continue standing there.
Okay, not
And
enough
inside
to.
the building, head suddenly jerks around as he's sniffing intently. Somebody's got that good shit. I can smell it.
Can you please
the only
pin
op-
on the map where the spot would be by eyeballing just inside that window that we want to unlock where 60 feet would be?
So there is a window here, here, and here, roughly.
And we know that that is
Well, here, let me make that even easier for you.
She
Show
wants
you
to
the
be
windows.
She wants to be within her 60 feet to put a servant in the window.
Oh, you are well within 60 feet.
then I would be
On the
right
on the
behind
right
that.
side there, you can see the windows in comparison. So.
Okay.
When we got within 60 feet of the window that we're passing there,
Mhm.
I would ask unseen servant to get him up there into the window.
Okay. Now, when you cast that,
When she's ready to cast, I'm going to move in front of her, just like I did with the druidcraft, with using Silt as my blockage. I'm going to try and be her blockage for her spell.
okay, yeah, 60 feet just to get it within the room would have been like even farther back than that. It probably would have been closer to there.
Okay.
So no rolls on any of that. And the servant is in the room. If you look on the right side, say you put him right inside that first window. Standing there, you will notice that curtains inside the room are drawn, so you cannot see within the room.
That's 60 feet. What about 30 feet? About half that distance?
You would have to be standing directly underneath where you want it to be. So this overhang is about 20 feet. So you'd have to be within 5 feet of whatever square you would want to put something.
Okay. I'm going to. Okay, so we're going to move up to that 30-foot mark. I'm going to tell Silt, keep an
Same
eye on the
same window.
Yeah, same window.
Okay.
Preferably on the other side of Silt. I'm trying to not let people see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to do Druidcraft again.
Okay.
Because it's a fairy cantrip.
Mhm.
Only this time I'm going to use a puff of wind and move the curtains.
Okay. You see them flutter slightly before falling right back how they were. In the moment that they fluttered, you see a ceiling, wood panels, and dim flickering light.
On our then slow leisurely approach to the building. There's nothing else with the curtains, like nobody comes to look out, check them, to look at them.
No.
That we can see movement in the curtains.
Nope.
Okay, then I would command my unseen servant to reach between the curtains and unlock the window.
Give me a second. Okay. You will see the curtains separate as if a hand has reached in between them, and you will see the window like move and shake a little bit, and then the curtain closes.
Until it completes the task. Okay, so I will whisper in my brain to Tatty, it seems as though the window is unlocked. Let's cross our toes. And then
Sounds good.
continue approaching.
Okay. While you guys were outside doing all that, what's everybody inside been doing? There's a nice band playing. Nothing fancy, nothing even danceable. It's like elevator music pretty much at this point. Just something to like fill the space, you know, keep it light, so to speak. But what's everybody been up to?
Nina and I have been eating cheese.
Yeah.
I have been going around to the dwarves, seeing if any of them are smiths. Or metal workers of any kind.
Oh, well, shit. I moved my character, but I guess I'm following Pan.
Well, that's right. You're right there by the dwarves, so that's where I'm going to start.
Okay. Yeah, casual conversation. Well, of course we craft. We're dwarves. It's in our blood.
Okay. I am going to go full-blown autistic on them as I talk about forging.
Is it like you're talking so hard one eye starts to like wander off type situation?
Maybe a little bit. Just a little bit of a wander.
Yeah, they're definitely a little weirded out by you, but you know, grant a wish or make a wish is a thing in this universe. So they're like giving Galen really, oh bless your heart kind of looks. And then
Al's just gonna like gently smile as she has like, I have a cup of wine or mead that I'm like casually bringing out to my lips, but I'm not sipping.
Okay. Yeah, no, they definitely are kind of under the impression that you brought Pan as a really big favor to Pan. um, so they're giving you like bless your soul eyes, and they're humoring the conversation. You know, yeah. Once I had to dive into the ocean and hammer and anchor back into place, and you know, telling you story. These are all ship captains or ship crew members, so they're telling you stories.
Pan's eyes will be huge and excited. He'll be nodding and ooh, ah, oh, clapping and stuff. Very excited.
Okay. And Gallon, you're just letting it roll.
I'm letting it roll. I'll like intersperse with some things and kind of like make some ooh ah noises as well along with the stories.
Okay. I feel like that would fill a good amount of time for Silt and Taddy to finish their thing and come up to the door.
I'm also gonna be scanning the faces as he's talking and going through these conversations. Do I recognize that drow?
Which one?
Let me ping him. Hold on.
The one top right?
Yeah.
No. No, you don't.
Okay. Whew.
But you're disguised, so even if you did, he wouldn't recognize you.
I know, but still. It'd give me the heebie-jeebies.
Right. Silt and Taddy, as you approach the door, here, same thing. Tickets, please. You present them. She hands them back. And who shall I announce is present?
Isn't Taddy tiny?
Not yet.
No. No.
Oh.
Not yet. I'm tracking it.
So I will say the scalpel and my trusted consort Green Stout here.
Green what?
Stout?
Stout. Green Stout.
Like an IPA?
Yep.
It's a dwarven name. Get out of here, guys. Come on.
Okay. Right, whatever.
Damn
And
my name. What the hell?
what company associations shall we declare you with?
I'll look at Green Stout and say Green Stout.
Aye, we're with Munchin.
Munchin. All right. Thank you. Please enjoy the party. And she swings the door open. As you step in again, the arcane voice fills the chamber. The Scalpel and Green Stout party Munchin. Everybody kind of stops, looks at you, and goes back to what they were doing. The elven lady standing next to you, Gallon, kind of leans in and goes, "Oh, those are your people. You're with them?"
I said, oh no, we're all friends of Munchin. We don't actually know each other, aside from the person I walked in with.
I see. I met the man once. So sorry to hear he couldn't attend his wife, that poor lady.
So sad.
And how do you know
What was
Munchin?
it again?
In passing, you know, gallery, balls, the sort. I've never really associated with the man. He's up there in years and reliable to the Fishers Guild, but a little salty for my taste.
That's what happens when you spend that long at sea.
Pan laughs way too hard at that.
That was my best Gossip Girl laugh, by the way.
I loved it.
Like he's wheezing and crying. He's laughing so hard.
Oh. She will lean in a little bit closer and be like, "Is your friend okay?"
Oh yes, you absolutely get used to Japan's intricacies and quirks.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as, you know, he's normal, we don't want any weirdos lurking about.
Oh yes, no, totally normal. A little eccentric, but you know, we all have our eccentricities.
Yes. Well, it's a fine thing you came to talk to us, and you're not associated with the other Munchin friends, because those two over there are just devouring the cheese table. I mean, they do know this is a party, and there are more people who may want some cheese, right?
You know, honestly, I hadn't even noticed them.
How can you not notice?
No, but now that you mention it.
The pale one with the red hair just has a handful of cheese. She didn't even get a plate.
Oh my god.
the bright
for
side,
us.
tomorrow they will pay dearly for that. That much cheese is never good for anybody.
Yes, well, be that as it may. Whew. Uncivilized.
While that's happening, I'm gonna say to artists real quick, like, I think that someone's talking about us. My ear is starting to burn a bit.
With cheeks full of cheese. She's totally cheeking it while she says that. Or chipmunking it.
Thinking it. Yeah.
Well, my dear, you are eating a lot of cheese.
Well, I have to play pretend.
But also, goddamn, I love cheese.
Are you pretending to be from Wisconsin?
Hey, I'm from Wisconsin. You watch it, Jeremy. I will TPK you right now.
I'm just saying, y'all
No,
love
that's
your
fine.
cheese.
Oh, we fucking love our cheese. Not even an
Perhaps
argument.
we should move along, dearie.
Yeah, let me stop eating.
Your guys' show. Who's doing what? Well, let's do Silt and Tatty first. You two just walked in, and I'm sure you're not gonna just stand there.
At the
So.
cheese tray.
Can I roll an insight check to see if I can make out captains versus if I see any nobles?
You certainly can. With a 15, you don't recognize anybody as a noble, but you do see one gentleman, this guy, who seems to be the life of the conversation he is a part of, and he's dressed differently than everyone else. The captains, they're wearing nice clothes, but it's definitely clothes you can tell that they would be able to run out of here and get on their ship and go in a moment's notice and not be super uncomfortable being seafaring in them. Whereas this guy doesn't have that. His clothes are actual, like, fine dress-up clothes.
Okay, then I would telepathically
was
say
that?
to Tatty,
It's
the guy
this
with the muffin wrapper neck.
this guy.
Muffin wrapper.
Ascot.
I would say to Tatty, 12 o'clock, fancy dress man.
That's the Victorian ball tickler is what that is.
I'm going to forever call it the muffin wrapper now.
So I'll let Tatty know where our goal is to start because he looks like he might be a good place.
Are those
On my head.
elves or gnomes around him?
It is 2 gnomes, a tiefling, and a halfling. So
I can go with my female gnome disguise because there's one right there.
so you two are gonna walk over to him.
We're not directly, but I'm going to
Okay.
make an indirect mingling, seeing if anybody wants to start a conversation with me on the way there.
Why don't you move your token to where you want to go to and stop, even if just for a moment? That way I can tell you if anything happens en route. And Tatty, I'm assuming you're following.
Yeah.
I'd sort of pause just a second by this woman to, check her out, look at her.
Okay. Yeah, she looks at you and smiles and nods and then looks back at the door. It's pretty clear she's waiting for somebody.
Okay. And I sort of walk by these two. And I'm just I'm being available, I guess.
No, absolutely. These two, typical of high elves being kind of snooty, kind of look you up and down and not stick their nose up at you, but definitely kind of straighten themselves a little bit to make themselves look more elegant and go back to their quiet conversation.
I would say to Green Spout. Oh, how can I word a compliment that is maybe got a tinge of something a little less complimentary about it.
You want to neg
And-
them?
Yeah, just a little, but not in a way that's immediately like they might not even look at each other to say, oh, did that person just very subtle.
Okay. You would walk up to the female elf and say, "Oh, I absolutely love that dress. I wonder if a tailor could make it in my size. I would swim in that."
I'm a dude.
Okay, we'll walk up to the guy and say that about his robes. Or actually, with the guy, you would want to go the other way. Say, "I wonder if I could find a tailor to make something like that for me that would fit my, more bulky figure." Instead of such a flowing feminine look.
Yeah, you could say something like that. Or wonder if I could find a tailor to make something like that would fall.
Okay. Make either a performance or intimidation check, whichever way you're kind of leaning more to it. Like if you're leaning snooty, do performance. If you're leaning to like down talk him, do intimidation.
We're down talking with
Now he snoots at you. He like and throws his nose up in the air, turns and puts his hand on the female's shoulder and leads her away from you.
Immediately before he went away, as he was still looking at me, I would give the best smile, the best, this is a practiced smile.
They don't acknowledge it. They just walk away.
Yeah.
All right. Odessa and Pearl, what are you guys up to?
Well,
Shoveling
I
as
don't know.
much cheese into your face as you can.
No, I'm done with the cheese. Should we kind of just go around, like, just around the room?
why not? Kind of
Yeah.
escort you around, like pointing at stuff on the wall.
Yeah, like what Fancy we would do, and then just kind of like look at look at people and be like, oh hi, like do like the little oh hello, like that thing.
So like every time somebody nods in acknowledgement of you, be like, "Hi."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like that.
Okay. Odess,
I'd
this being your first time in here, on the upper level, all the way the walls, all the way surrounding, are filled with trophies. On this wall, and this wall, there are doors as well, leading to offices. There are some people up there, they're looking at and admiring the trophies. I'm assuming everybody's keeping a general eye. I know Galen said she was, but I'm assuming everybody is. You guys won't notice anybody coming in or out of the offices
Okay.
while you're here.
As Pearl and I were kind of like walking around, like nodding at people, pointing at stuff, do I notice any religious emblems or anything like that, specifically Talos or anything?
Make a perception check.
Fucking of course.
You do not.
I'll make a perception check for anything that seems
You know what? I'm gonna burn my inspiration on that, if that's okay.
cool.
That is perfectly fine.
I never use that anyways, so might as well. There we go.
That is a lot better. I'll send you a message. Are you two doing anything else?
I mean, if you want to skip to another group until I get that message. But as
Okay.
of right now,
Pan and Gallon, what are you guys up to?
I was kind of waiting for Tatty and Silt to move further along before I moved further into the room. I don't know what about Pan.
I think after these guys get done humoring him and start to get that look in his eyes that adults always get in their eyes eventually, I think Pan would grab Gallon's hand and say, I want to go talk to the orc.
Lead the way.
And he is gonna come up over here. And he's gonna, even standing on Sir Waddles, I'm just assuming this is just a big, beefy boy here.
Yeah, he's got like a full 3 feet on you, even standing on Sir Waddles.
I'm just staring up at him.
He was having a conversation with a young halfling girl as you approach.
I'm not saying anything yet, I'm just staring. Just eyes wide in wonder.
Like the kid who sees an NBA star for the first time is just like, whoa.
Yes, it is. I mean, there's no way you could mistake it for anything evil or mean. This is just a child that sees
Pure
the gates
awe.
of Disneyland for the first time.
Gotcha. Okay.
Gal's gonna
Gallon?
be like, obviously, since he grabbed my hand, I'm gonna like be kind of pulled at his level, and I'm gonna try and do it as gracefully as possible, being like pulled by this smaller person, and my wine's gonna kind of like gently slosh and try and like not to spill on my dress. And then as we cut up, I'm gonna be like, I'm so sorry. Like, good evening. How do you do? I'm so sorry about that.
That's quite all right. Sometimes the wee ones are amazed by a true captain's stature.
Oh, indeed. And what do you captain?
I captain the Roxbury.
How awesome.
Awesome name.
It's an awesome ship.
And what about your friend here?
Oh, this is my first mate.
First mate have a name?
First mate.
Excellent.
She
Seems like
nods and doesn't say anything.
I'm gonna wave at her real happily. You're a little person too.
She, looking up at you, not up, but just a little up, will smile and kind of tilt her head playfully and then bow slightly.
You've got a lot of cool tattoos, mister.
Yeah, one for every harvest we've done. Well, tell me, which ship do you come from? Haven't seen you before.
we're here on behalf of Munchin.
Ah, Munchin. That old fuck. I thought he was dead. I haven't seen him in months.
Oh, I know he's out because his wife is terribly sick.
It's very
Sick.
sad.
I heard she got mugged and was on death's door. Now
Well,
she's
you
just
know how it
sick?
is. We have to keep up pretensions.
I guess, if you care about that shit.
How will you know Munchin?
They told me it was rude to just come out and say it.
I'm sorry. Did you ask how well do I know him? Course I know him well. That bastard stole the whale from me. And he points up to one of the trophy heads. It's a whale's head. Up near the main office door. And it's an albino whale. I hunted that thing for over a month. And he just swooped in and stole it from right under my nose.
gosh, I'm so terribly sorry. I had no idea Moonshine was such a despicable character. And then Gal's gonna like gently touch his arm as she says, "I'm so sorry about that."
I hope you punched him in his dick for that.
Okay. Galen, you've never done disguise self before. If you have, you haven't interacted with anybody. So make sure you read the details on it,
Oh, son of a
because
bitch.
it doesn't matter right now. Otherwise, I would have said something. But this is your newbie player gift. It doesn't change your physical body. It just disguises it. So if you go taller, shorter, if you're carrying stuff, you just got to be aware of that, because they will still be able to feel it.
Which I'm not, so it's just a regular
You're
plain
you're
human.
not, so you're good right now. I double checked, and I figured I would remind you because you're new to disguising. So
Appreciate it.
Don't touch him.
your casual conversation will carry on for a little bit, and we'll go to Silt and Tatty.
Would we have walked by and heard any of that?
They would have walked past you as the elves were walking away. Because remember, all this is happening simultaneously. So they would have walked past you as the elves were walking away, and you both kind of looked and snickered at each other. So I would venture to say if you were going to move, you're going to walk past them as the conversation is happening.
Okay, so that's good information to have, that Munchin's wife got mugged and is on death's door, and also maybe he's not very well liked. So that if I need to, I can take credit for that, and I would let people know that
He's
might
a
be
kill
something I do.
stealer.
And I would walk by them, not engage. We'll make our way.
Making your way. Okay. You approach him. His back is turned to you, but he tells just like the punchline of a joke that makes absolutely no sense to you because you didn't hear all of it but the punchline. And the four people standing around him burst out into seemingly genuine laughter. And he stands there very smug and proud of himself.
I wouldn't approach him like right up behind his back. Maybe I would have wandered around over this way a little bit.
Okay, yeah, he's facing north, so straight up. However you want to position yourself from there. That's a pillar right there that you're next to, so just so you're aware. Those little wooden dots are pillars.
Move slowly. Is there a glass of wine on this table here?
There is empty glasses and a pitcher. Did you catch that, Brad?
I did. Thank you.
Okay.
Walk sort of by slowly, and I'm not gonna like interject myself into the conversation by being like, "Hey."
It's beautiful though, because as you stand there, he goes, "Well, thank you all. It's been so lovely having you. I do need to mingle with the rest of the guests though, so do enjoy yourselves. Eat, drink, dance, be merry, and we will catch up again soon." And they kind of split and wander, and he stands there for a second before noticing you and steps up. He goes, "Hello, I don't believe we've had the honor."
I'm the Scalpel, and this is my trusted consort, Greenspout.
Well, Mr. Scalpel, Mr. Green Spout, was it, or Stout? I apologize.
Stout.
That didn't help. I'm gonna go with Stout and hope that it's correct, Mr. Green Stout. And he bows, genuinely. He goes, "I am Chief Rotellum, the leader of the Fishers Guild. Tell me, which ship do you hail from?"
We acquired our invite from Captain Newt Munchen.
Oh,
you know,
yes,
unable to-
München. Yes, yes. Terrible news about his wife. So sad, but I understand family obligations. Oh, wow. So I heard 3 different announcements. It looked like 6 of you were here on behalf of München. Are all 6 of you on the same crew?
I don't know how my consort acquired the tickets for me, but I know that this was an important event for me to attend, as I have my own crew and ships.
Give me 1 second.
I figured that was you pausing, not him saying that.
Brad, watch the map. Got it?
Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you.
I'm sorry, Katie. What was the last thing you said?
I said that I have my own ships and crews.
Oh, ships, plural. We have an admiral in our midst. How wonderful. What's your
Oh,
fleet name? Do you
no,
work for...
I simply handle. My admiral's name is.
Ah, I understand completely. Silent partners can have their benefits. uh, does the fleet work for the Fishers Guild? We're always looking for more ships, if not. Plenty to be hunted, plenty to provide for the good people of Haven.
Not as of yet. We acquired paperwork to go over yesterday.
Wonderful. Well, I'm glad to hear that you are considering at least. At the end of his sentence, another arcane voice rings out. Presenting His Royal Majesty, Prince Eldith Highhammer, first of his name, second in line for the throne. Sorry, putting him on the map. And his royal guard. If you pause to look, you will see a late middle-aged dwarven man enter. He will stand there for a moment as if letting people admire him. He will then take note of the dwarf you were talking to, Pam, and immediately make his way over and strike up a conversation with his guard in tow, pushing the nice lady who was waiting to the side. Not like push, but like step aside, miss kind of thing. And they go to embrace each other and start a conversation. Rotella will look at you and go, well, it's been lovely. I do hope you consider joining the Fishers Guild very, very thoroughly. Sorry, noble guest, I must go greet him. You understand, of course. And he turns and runs off before you get a chance to respond. Brad and Pam.
All right. Let me see how these.
I'm gonna put you where you would have been when our little back and forth happened. So you would have been over here.
Perfect. You said there's music going, right?
Yeah, it's like
Elevator
faint
music.
elevator music. As far as the ear goes, all you have to do is talk in your head, basically. You're within range. You don't have to worry about that. You just talk in your head, and anybody who has an earring, which is, I wrote it down, Taddy, Gallon, Otis, and Silt, will hear you.
Okay. Is there anybody like slow dancing or anything like that?
Nobody's dancing right now. Everybody's just kind of commingling and conversing.
So I am going to. How do I want to play this? I'm going to walk over to this gentleman, probably off to the side here. just say something along the lines casually of, "Wow, this is quite the party, isn't it?"
He is standing there. He's doing the MP stance. He's got his hands crossed in front of him. He just kind of looks at you, and this is a pretty big guy, super buff, and kind of looks down at you because he's just slightly taller than your tall ass, and goes, "It is quite a good party, sir. Do enjoy it."
You look like you're enjoying it quite yourself.
He doesn't say anything and just keeps looking out over the crowd.
Well, my friend, I will leave you to it then. You seem obviously preoccupied with some other thing. I guess I'll go strike up a conversation with someone else. Thank you for your time.
You're very welcome, sir. And again, enjoy the party.
As I kind of go to walk away to go back to Pearl, like, I'm gonna, like, stop and turn around and say, "You know, I apologize. That's really rude of me. I didn't catch your name."
Ungar.
Ungar.
Unga.
Common spelling?
Ungar.
And I will look at him and say, "Well, thank you, sir. My name is Nino, and this is my lovely date for the evening, Nina. We appreciate your hospitality. Thank you."
He just nods and stands there.
In the meantime, as I was talking to him, can I confirm what you sent to me earlier? Or was I able to confirm?
You are not. So it's like robes cover over, like dress robes they overlap, and it's underneath that. It was just, you caught a glimpse of it for a moment, and even while standing right next to him, you weren't able to see it.
Okay.
You are sure of what you saw, though.
Okay. Then I will go back to Pearl, and as I kind of do that, I'll kind of look at the other one that you pointed to.
On
Here and,
the same end.
yeah,
Okay.
and see if I happen to notice the same thing about him, or if he's like mimicking the other guy. I'm assuming he's mimicking the other guy.
Make a
But
perception
more-
check. And your guidance is still good, so
Oh, okay.
it lasts for a minute, so you don't have to recast it. You don't notice that same hidden detail, but you do notice that they are wearing the same clothes. Just obviously a huge size difference because from the tower of a human to the gnome that you are looking at.
Okay.
But they are dressed identically otherwise. Same goes for the other two as well.
Then I will, for the sake of right now, until I can figure out what I'm going to do next, if Pearl doesn't have anything, I'm going to ask Pearl to dance to the music.
Okay.
It's like a slow dance. Like, you've seen it in the movies when they want to have like a private conversation. They go out on the dance floor and have like the slow dance.
Yeah.
Just do kind of like a side shuffle. No tango.
Yeah.
Not yet. That comes later.
No, no tango.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'll go ahead and just be like very like, "Oh, yes, sure, dear." And I do a little fancy hand thingy, quietly, but pretending in case that anybody's watching us.
Okay. The two of you make performance checks for me.
Oh,
And
God,
this is
end so fucking badly.
this is for smoothness because you're just trying to be casual. You're not trying to draw attention.
Oh my god.
Oh God, Pearl, fuck.
But it's working into her persona perfectly. Like wolfing down the cheese.
I'm sorry, it's all the cheese. I really gotta go.
Pearl's freaking
Oh,
dancing.
fuck, at least that helped a little bit. Like, Jesus.
Being surrounded by sailors, They are well aware that sea legs come and sea legs go, and sometimes they take a little bit longer. And you guys aren't the smoothest thing on the floor. There are definitely some people casting glances your way, but nobody is like focused on you.
Okay.
Oh
Uh,
my god.
It was
I
a
will-
super low DC, so
That almost ended badly. But yeah, I will lean in and whisper something to Pearl and also to the rest of everybody else.
to everybody with an earring. So if
With
you haven't,
everybody with an earring.
so you three with the earring, Taddy, Gallon, and Silt, as well as Pearl, will hear this. So Pan is the only one left out.
Which I will tell Pan once I hear it and can get it to him appropriately.
So I'm going to say, if you remember the big bald guy that appeared out of nowhere when we were down, in the depths. Yeah, I think these might be his people.
Fuck. The big bald guy.
You know his name.
I was gonna say I'm assuming I recall his name because
Yeah.
we had a conversation.
You spent like 2 days with the guy. You know his name.
I'm gonna say the one named Godric, real tall guy.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
I think.
I didn't know Godric was bald.
Well, yeah. Sorry. I think I can't
He's not
confirm.
bald. He's follically challenged.
He likes to keep the ride smooth for the ladies. That's all it is.
He's made of rock, too. No, he's bald.
I can't confirm, but I think there are several members of his following here, which would go against the idea that Talos is the only worshipped god, but I can't confirm that. I know one of them has a pendant that matched Godric's symbol.
I asked real quick, what was the name of his group?
Apollo.
Oh, okay, so he's an Apollo worshiper, not. Okay. There was another group name being thrown around that Pan got a book about or something.
If he
That
did, I'm
was-
not aware of it.
That you gave me the book.
Oh, that one. That was the one that you were a part of, right?
Yeah, the Order of Chivalry.
Order of Chivalry. Okay, so
Or
Apollo.
Chivalric Order?
Something like that, yeah. Whatever is easier. Order of Chivalry. We'll go with that.
So not those guys, but Godric's people.
Okay.
But
I
I
would
don't. I can't confirm at the moment.
I relay that possibility to Pan, but kind of stress that if we want to go do something about it, we can talk about it. Like we can talk to them later, as I whisper to him.
Okay.
Ooh,
Go ahead.
I would passing that information along and remember. I'm assuming I remember that Pan was close to fit. I'm going to ask Gallon to ask Pan if Godric had ever mentioned something to Fitz or him about like a code language at all to identify if he's a follower of Apollo.
Yeah, the only thing my dad told me about Apollo is you can tell who follows him if you just say the phrase, "There's no way Apollo could possibly please a woman." They all get real uptight real quick.
Oh my god.
I don't suggest using that one though, because they get real uptight real quick.
You relay that, Gal?
Yes.
I'm gonna be like, yeah, no, that's not happening. I'm not gonna say
That's
that.
exactly what Fitz would have said.
You're right, he would.
But that's all I got for the moment.
As you get to the end of that, you will hear a clang coming from the front of the room, like somebody tapping on a cup. You know, like a ding, 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 ding. You all stop to look, presumably. Chief Rotellum has stepped away from the prince. Ladies and gentlemen, captains, first mates, and crew, I would like to thank you for attending this year's masquerade ball in celebration of our ship captains, our ships, and everything you do for the wonderful, wonderful city of Haven. I'd like to extend a... Yes, here. I would like to extend a special thanks to Prince Highhammer. He turns and bows deeply. The dwarf does like a I'm better than you sort of nod, recognizing. For making his appearance, it is always a pleasure when the nobles come to our fine, fine guild and recognize the hard work our captains are doing. I would also like to extend a special thank you to the Apolactic Camp. If you want me to spell that for you, I will. For providing us with 4 of their finest for added security tonight. And he'll raise his glass to the back of the room and then turn to the left and right room. Those 4 that I pinged, he's raising his glass to those 4. And I'll ping them again real quick. It's these 2, this one, and this one.
So as soon as he does that, like, who is it? Gal, Taddy, and Silt would hear in their ears, that's them.
I spelt that out in the chat box for you. But a special thanks to the Apolactic Camp for providing 4 of their finest for added security tonight. It is a wonder and a grace to have you helping protect our fine guild. Now, ladies and gentlemen, eat, dance, drink, be merry, view the trophies of your fellow ship captains, and remember, don't drink and sail. And everybody just kind of like chuckles at the half-assed joke.
I'd be laughing too.
When he is done, there is a slight round of applause. And as it finishes, he kind of starts making his way through the room. Some people are coming up and shaking his hand, and he's nice and he shakes their hand and, oh yeah, nice to see you, yeah. But definitely brushes them off and keeps V-lining across the chamber. Right up to...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, verification, go ahead.
I just wanted to verify that the person that was announcing that said that they were the Apolactic. Good lord, that word is hard.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna rename that. I came up with it today. So
The Apollo guys are working with the Fishermen's Guild, right?
they are there as extra security for the Fishers Guild is what you would have picked up from that. You don't know what the working relationship is. You just know that they are here to assist, protect the ship captains, just in case.
Gotcha.
Oh sure, the fuck boy's cold. That keeps going.
Katie, what was the perception check for?
General looking around and watching people as, he's talking after he's done talking.
Yeah, they're all high spirits. They're here to party, essentially. Nobody says anything of import as he walks through the chamber. But he walks right up to Pearl, and you will hear everything he says to her. He comes up and, my apologies, sir, talking to you, Odess. Would you mind if I cut in?
Absolutely. For the price of one question.
I suppose that's fine.
How is it that you work with the followers of Apollo if Talos is the only worshipped god here?
How loud do you say that?
It's more of like a whisper. Not a whisper, but it's like it's a quiet kind of inquisitive. It's not threatening. It's just like hey, I know I probably shouldn't say this so loud.
Okay. He leans back He goes, I have no fucking idea what you're talking about or who that is.
Fair. You answered the question. You may cut in.
Thank you. And he holds his hand out to you, Pearl.
Oh, thank you, dear.
Odes, go ahead and move your token wherever you're going to go.
Just to clarify, that was the guy that announced that, right? Or did
Yeah.
I miss that part?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that
was
was
it-
him.
Was he talking about he doesn't know who Talos is or Apollo?
Apollo.
Okay, so like the Apollotic camp now exists, maybe without ties to its origin.
Possible.
Potentially. You don't know.
Potential, but that's what he was. That's what he was trying to.
You will have to investigate. Building layers,
Cheese table?
layers and layers of mysteries. That's what I'm doing for you. Pearl, he takes your hand and starts to dance with you. It's a little faster tempo than what Odes was doing, but he is an excellent dancer and a very good leader, and you have no issue following him. And some people have started to gather. You know, they kind of like form a circle around that rug, and they're watching, still talking to each other, but kind of watching. But he kind of, every time you're in close to him, he goes, I thought I was clear. Captain Verigard and his wonderful vampire crew are not to attend the masquerade ball. And he kind of pushes you out and does a little twirl and brings you back in. I would recognize those eyes and the pale skin anywhere, my dear. Captain Verigard gets his little bit of an extra commission, and you all steer clear of Haven. We're not supposed to be associated with the likes of you.
We were invited.
Captain Verigard is never invited, dear. He's like talking through a smile the entire time.
Yeah, of course, so nobody can tell what's going on.
Yeah. Captain Verigard is never invited. He knows vampires are not allowed on Haven.
I'm gonna give him a smile and gently pull away from him and say thank you for the dance. And
He-
I'll run to Otis.
Before you're able to leave, he kind of grabs your forearm and leans in. He goes, you need to make an excuse to leave, or I will have you forcibly removed. I do not want to cause a scene at my masquerade, but you will force my hand. You have 1 minute, and he'll let you go.
Do I notice that looks like maybe a little bit of somebody's grabbing the forearm of somebody that was trying to step away from a dance?
I was just gonna ask.
Yes. So it only took him a second, so he was able to say all that. But if you all wanted to respond to him grabbing that forearm, it was a very you're not leaving yet grab. No, not violent, but definitely a little bit of force behind it. If you wanted to react to that, go for it.
I would say immediately, Pearl, what is that? Or Pearl, explain.
Is that in head?
Yes.
Okay.
We were recognized. He recognized me. He knows who I am. He knows I'm Pearl. He knows we're not supposed to be here in Haven at all. We need to get out. He gave me a minute before he pulls me out himself.
Time out, Pearl. We can be in Haven. What are you talking about?
Well, he was threatening me that I should not be here and that we should not be invited here.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Pearl, I'm doing this above table. This is not in head or anything. He thinks you're with a different crew.
With Captain Verigard, who
With the
ap-
very good.
who
But
apparently
he said he recognized my eyes.
is a vampire captain
Vampire.
with a
Yes.
vampire crew and he recognized you as a vampire and told you to leave before you're removed.
Right. You're not here with Captain Beauregard. You're here with Captain Muncher.
I
The
don't want him. I
Pam,
don't want him to
the
cause
only
trouble.
the only gist of that conversation is he recognized you as a vampire and said, "Leave, or I will have you removed." Has nothing to do with the crew you actually associate with the party. It's just because you're a vampire.
Pearl's thinking that he knows her from back in the day.
Okay.
That's what
Um,
she's freaking out right now.
Odes, as you come up, he will bow to you and thank you for allowing me to cut in, sir. And he is going to walk over here to this table.
Little bitch is lucky he walked away.
So I'm still trying to get a straight answer from Pearl.
Yep.
Understand what's going on.
Pearl's freaking out right now, and you guys above table do not know much about where I come from or what I did. But back in the day, I was in a kind of a vampire ship type of situation and scenario, and I
Yeah,
knew a lot of people.
That's fine. Silt doesn't care about that right now, but Silt wants to not.
Right, so I don't know either. I don't know if he recognizing me from somewhere in here. Pearl does not know where she's being recognized from, but she doesn't know if this is something from the past that is counting her here. Does that make sense, what I'm trying to say?
So you said that all of that. You said that you did say that he wants you to leave.
He wants me to leave. He gave me 1 minute to leave before he escorts me himself.
Okay, you should leave.
And I'm gonna, like, I'm kind of panicky right now, because I don't know where this is
Make a
going.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, because in my mind, he probably doesn't know me. Like, maybe I'm somebody else, but in my mind, I don't know.
So,
Is she visibly freaking out?
Uh,
Are you visibly freaking out?
you guys will notice she is like it's paranoia. It's not a freak out, it's not a panic attack, it's paranoia at this point. If she had rolled lower, it might have been a full-blown panic attack, but it's not that bad.
I don't know if he knows me for real or if he's confusing me with somebody else, but because of my past, I don't know if he really knows me.
That's fine.
So
keeping in mind that Otis has no idea about this whole conversation that just
Yeah,
happened.
you
All
just
he
walk
sees
up
is-
and you see her visibly shaken.
he's going to like lightly reach out and kind of like touch your shoulder and like my dear, are you okay?
no, I think this person knows me. Well, I don't know, but he threatened me. He doesn't want me here. He thinks I'm with a vampire crew, and I'm gonna like kind of look at you and say, "But you know me." So I don't know if he knows me from like back in the day.
Yes,
And
yes,
he
yes.
thinks- Yeah,
ahead.
I'm kind of like rambling and just like blah 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 blah, diarrhea from the mouth.
So Otis is gonna be like, "Oh, hold on." So, what do we need to do? Because you are obviously shaken about this, and
I need
this
to get
is
out
kind
of here. He gave me 1 minute physically to leave, or he will escort me out of this.
About 30 seconds has passed by this point, by the way.
Okay. So with that, I'm gonna come with a plan on the spot, and I'm gonna look at Nina. I'm gonna say you get this one chance and one chance only. Get pissed, slap the shit out of me, and storm out of here like something happened between us.
Okay. And I'm gonna slap you. How can you do that to me?
Roll a d4.
Unbelievable. A D4?
Yep.
I
Please
swear
be
to God,
good.
if you,
Please be
if you-
good.
I was like, please don't create a fucking slap.
No, I'm not having her roll to hit because you're letting it happen and she's not trying to kill you, but you know, it's got to be a good hit, so you're going to take 2 points of damage off that. So your temporary hit points is down to 9.
So with that, he's gonna kind of like move off to the side and just be like, "Well, fine then, go."
Yes, I will. I will see you when I see you. And don't bother coming home tonight. See ya.
Good. I won't.
And I'm walking out.
Storming all the way out. Once outside, where are you going?
I'm trying to hide. Do I have anywhere to hide? Like, be in my most outlook if somebody's coming out
Well,
to get me?
you noticed a bunch of crates alongside the building on either
I'm
side.
hiding between like one of them. So let's say I'm right
Okay.
here, right between
So
these two.
roll a stealth check for me as you try to slip around the building and hide between crates.
A double 3. Interesting.
Okay. We'll see what happens with that when I decide it's going to happen.
Yeah, I'll probably get stuck in my stupid dress somehow and end up like falling or tripping, making a bunch of noise. I see it happen. For now, I'll just sit there scared like a little girl. Hi.
Okay. Taddy and Silt.
Okay, so before any of this would have happened, I would have sent Taddy off to go find new wine.
Okay.
Okay. Alright. And I head off outside.
And there's wine inside if you were going to stay. Or if you were going to get her wine. Him wine.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I got a job.
Okay. You head outside. It's cool air. You can feel the ocean humidity on your face as soon as you walk out. The guards and Kier are still standing there.
Okay. I'm gonna nod at them as I leisurely stroll over this way.
Okay. As you walk to the corner of the building, I'm not even gonna make you roll. You, like a kid playing hide and seek, you see Pearl like full chest above the crate, and then the second you come around the corner, ducks down, but then lifts back up so that everything from like mustache line up is above the crate, and she's just staring at you.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna head down the alley a little bit, out of the way.
As you get closer, you can hear her humming a tune. It goes dun 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 dun.
Just gonna say, Pearl, just hang out. We're moving to Part B.
I'm just hiding in case they want to come and get me and take me away.
All right, yeah. Yeah. Might I suggest, I don't know, sitting down between the boxes?
I can
Stop
only
looking around.
I can't sit. I can only move so much with this dress. This stupid thing I have on. I can barely move. It's so uncomfortable.
All right. So,
Lay here, and I'm trying to like move like the crates and kind of lay like super uncomfortable right now.
knowing what it takes to hide, Taddy's just gonna shake his head and do one of these things. Yeah, okay. And he's gonna float on up to the roof. And essentially do an L shape, straight up, straight over, not landing on the roof, but just high enough to where my toes are just an inch or so above the roof, if that makes sense. And
Okay.
then,
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. How high up are you going? I'm sorry.
Just high enough, to put, like get my toes an inch off the roof, so I'm not actually touching the roof. I'm
So you're going
floating above
all the
roof.
way up to the roof.
Yes, I'm going straight up and over to the roof.
Okay. So 55 feet, you'll be hovering just above the top of the roof. It is a slight slope. There is a chimney coming out of it about right here and right here. Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to move. Let's see. Probably won't let me do. Okay, I'm gonna draw a line. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So I came out this way. Now I want to come out to like here, to
Okay.
the edge of the roof, and right where that window is. You said that window was like right here, yeah? Okay, there.
One there, and another one about right there, and then chimney is there and roughly there.
Okay, so
But we're going to pause right there because you're using some finesse, so it's going to take you a second. We're going to go back inside and just one at a time. What are you all doing? Katie, I noticed you had moved.
Yeah, I'm gonna work my way over to this sort of larger group that's forming with the prince, and I don't know how close I can casually get to him, but I'm trying to like, what did he react when Pearl stormed out? What's he doing right now?
So after the slap, he would have done a loud dwarven chuckle and kind of point for a second and then go back to his conversation. He is talking to this young elven boy here. Apparently he knows him, but anybody who gets close that isn't directly involved in conversation, the guard kind of keeps them at arm's length. Specifically, as you walk up, Gallon turns and takes a step, and one of the guards puts his hand out to catch Gallon on the shoulder and just kind of gives you a "you better not" look.
No, I'm sorry. I just wanted to get a quick moment with the prince. It'd be rude not to introduce myself as the special guest of the evening. I'll say that loud enough to see if the prince can hear me.
The prince definitely like glances over his shoulder and holds up a hand to indicate wait, and the guard kind of stands there with his hand on your shoulder to keep you just far enough away from the prince.
And is he looking in my direction?
No, the prince is carrying on with his conversation.
Gotcha. Oh, I can wait. I'm patient.
Okay. What's everyone else doing?
Where did you say the staircase was?
It's that big black thing at the top of the map. So that
there's where we come up, right?
yeah, so this staircase here, you walk up it and you can go either left or right. And then it's kind of shitty to see.
But it brings you out like up here, right?
Yeah, well that's the railing for the staircase. So it'll bring you either here or here.
Okay. I'm going to grab a glass of wine and try to go upstairs, or whatever they have.
There's no issue getting upstairs. I
I'm
will
just gonna
move here.
wander around and see what I see upstairs, observing people and stuff like that.
Yeah, you walk upstairs. There's a few groups of people. They're all it's kind of museum-y up there. Um, they all have drinks and they're all admiring the trophies hanging on the wall. And you see a variety of fish type creature. Some of them look dangerous. Some of them just look edible. But everybody's just kind of going from trophy to trophy. Of note, none of the offices have windows on the doors, so you're not able to see any of them in any of them. And you are able to see everything except what's directly underneath you on the ground floor. It is a 2-block overlap. So on the ground floor, based on where you're standing, you wouldn't be able to see like this.
Okay, that's easy enough.
But if you were to move to the other side, it would be swapped, where you'd be able to see that, but you wouldn't be able to see the 2 blocks on the other side.
Yeah, gotcha.
So essentially, anything lined up to the north or south of the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Okay. Pan, little buddy, what you doing?
I'm trying to. I've got like my hand inside my shirt on my pistol with it cocked as soon as that guard put his hand on Gallon, and I'm trying to decide if I should pull it out or if I'm just being a little testy because I'm getting paranoid from the high.
Okay.
Can I backtrack to like before other stuff started happening when I approached?
Yeah, you're up, so what you doing?
So, like, obviously I could see that I can't just approach the prince, so I would sort of casually, this Royal Guard 6, is that his number? Yeah, 6 here. I'd slide up sort of next to him and say, and this is still in response to Pearl storming out. Strange how such outbursts seem trivial, but I've learned they rarely occur without encouragement. One can never be too certain who's behind it or what purpose it might serve.
That's it. He just kind of grunts at you.
God damn. Like, I don't know what to do. Can I roll for something to...
You can make an insight check to try and see what kind of grunt that was.
Okay.
If you want to. Unless there's something different you were looking for there.
Fucking nat 20 on that shit.
You are unable to determine if that grunt meant anything other than a grunt. It wasn't positive, negative, passive. It was just...
Alright, I guess I'm gonna go find some wine or something, because I got nothing. Like, I'm not getting anywhere.
Maybe a little annoyed. I think you would have picked up a little bit of annoyance there.
At me?
Yeah. For talking to him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do whatever until it's time for me to lock the window, because I can't. I'm done. Like, I got nothing.
Okay.
These
Tatty.
people are unapproachable.
Tatty, so you had moved kind of around the chimney.
Yeah. To the edge of the roof, so I can see the guards and the guards and the door woman.
You won't be able to see the door woman. She is under the overhang. But you can see the guards from where you are there.
Okay. So, is there? So I want to take a minute or two to kind of focus on their movements.
Okay.
Do they seem to constantly be looking forward?
They look like they kind of scan, and if there's a noise, they focus on where they think the noise came from.
So it looks like they're routinely looking in every direction but the door, or in my
Yeah.
case, the window.
Yeah, no, they're looking outward at all times.
Okay, so I want to stealthily float on down to the window and open it.
Okay, make a stealth check. I'm assuming on the far side so you can kind of cover behind the outcrop.
Yeah.
You go and you gently push, reaching your hand through the bar, you gently push on the window and it doesn't move. And you gently pull on it and it doesn't move. It appears to be locked from within.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the earring. Silt, the window's not open.
Okay, so I would have been like moved up here by now if there was wine at this table or at that other table, the cheese or whatever.
Yeah, there's wine on every table. So
Okay, so I get some, and then I would say okay to Taddy, and I would make my way over to like a corner that was back within 60 feet of the room upstairs.
where do you think? Make another insight check. Let's see how well you can guess. Yeah, you think somewhere over here about do it. Unless you wanted to go upstairs.
Oh yeah, I guess I can go upstairs. Let me do that. Go look at the fish.
Okay. So you tell Taddy to hold on a minute while you make your way upstairs. Taddy, roll me another stealth check while you're waiting.
Okay. I'm gonna move back up to the chimney, by the way.
Okay, don't worry about the stealth check then. Alright. Silt, you will make your way up, not being obvious about it, stopping and looking at the trophies. And you get up here next to this human male, clearly another ship captain, who is admiring the albino whale that you overheard Galen and Pan discussing with that half-orc captain before.
What was the last thing you said?
He's admiring the albino whale that was mentioned previously.
Oh, the one that...
The one that Moonshin stole out from underneath the... whatever the orc captain was. I don't know if I gave you guys a name or not. It doesn't matter.
I would say... nice whale or something.
Yeah, it's quite nice. It's a big contract on that one. And he'll kind of nod and raise his glass a little bit and move on to the next trophy on the wall.
Just, I guess, cast Unseen Servant again into the room.
Okay.
And ask it to go unlock the same window.
Okay. Taddy, I'm guessing you would have moved back down by the window.
And then I would let you
I'm waiting for her. Yeah.
Okay.
If she says something, then yes.
Okay. Now roll another stealth check for me. Okay. So Silt lets you know, I'm ready. You fly back down to the window. You cast your unseen servant, Silt, and tell him to open the window again. Taddy, you're sitting there. You can see now. You see the drape spread slightly as if a hand is reaching through it. And there's just the slightest, almost inaudible rattle. And now that the curtain is separated, you can see the space where he's working. Well, you can't see the servant because he's invisible, but you can see the space where he's working, and there is a tiny knob, and underneath that is a small key sticking out. The key is not in the lock. It's like hanging off a string. Sorry. Should clarify.
Oh. I'll relay that via earring to Silk. There's a key hanging there. He's got to unlock it with the key.
Okay. I'll tell him to unlock it with the key. Grab the key and unlock it with the key.
Okay. You see the key get lifted up, still attached, go into the keyhole, and turn. And then the drapes close again.
Okay, now I want to try and open the window again.
You reach through the bars and push.
Stealthily.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Assume inside a hand for using my hands.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That works too.
Okay.
Gently push against the window, and it swings open. Just like an inch, just enough that you know it's open now.
All right. Now's the time for my there it is. Enlarge reduce spell.
Okay.
So I will cast that on myself.
Tiny Taddy.
Tiny bit.
Start calling him Ant-Man Teddy.
Okay. You reduce yourself.
Yes, and go to slide through the bars.
Okay.
Stealthily.
You slip through. You are going to have to open the window a little bit more to get in, so go ahead and make another sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Beautiful.
I'm loving this reliable, guys. Like,
Is that like a new feat or something?
It's a rogue
yes,
thing.
Apparently, when you have reliable, anything 9 or below is considered a 10 automatically.
Oh
Mhm.
my god.
That's incredible.
And you
Gal really needs this.
Oh my god.
you find yourself in a very fancy office. I think the last time you would have seen an office this fancy would have been when you guys broke into the academy. Like a year and a half ago now, give or take, right before pre-campaign. The thing that led up to you being in the pits for the campaign. It is seemingly empty. You know that there's an invisible servant in here somewhere. But
Yeah.
you can't see anyone or anything. There are 2 wall candles lit on far ends of the room, so it's this one and this one. Each one only has 1 candle lit, just enough to keep like dim light, so like if you walk in you don't trip over anything, but not enough to really light up the room. There is a conference table of sorts with a bunch of books and papers scattered across it, a desk with papers scattered across it. There are 2 fireplaces, one on each side of the room, with a bookshelf on each side. These are bookshelves as well, all filled with books and ledgers of sorts. And that is where we are going to stop tonight's episode.
It's all time. I knew it.
Yeah. I was having too much fun role-playing the party. We kind of got away from us on time, but I had fun, so that's what
It was
matters.
fun. I loved it.
So, we will be back next week with Galen waiting to interact with the prince and Taddy doing the sneaky sneak.
Looking for
So-
logbooks.
Yep. So, thanks everybody for coming to watch the stream. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you back next week for more Waters of the Deep. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.